What
up? What up?
Conversations with Nick and Smooth, my
Yes.
boy.
Mm-hmm.
We doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We doing it.
This is gonna be the first episode today. We just gonna drop a little nugget for y'all, let y'all know who we are and what we present to y'all, and then we gonna go from there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You got anything for them today?
Well, we can start with introductions, like you said. They call me Smooth. Grew up in South Central LA, around USC. Went to Manual Arts.
You gotta tell them the streets, because some people gonna know.
Hell no.
Some people gonna know. You don't live there no more. Some people gonna know. They gonna be like all them Rolling Curtis people. They gonna be like, yeah.
Okay, so Rolling Curtis is the street we grew up on mainly. I would say before elementary I was in Compton, but we was only there for like maybe 2 years. Moved to Rolling Curtis. That's where I grew up majority of my life. That's where I met my boy. Went to Weems Elementary, then went to Fauché, then after Fauché, Manual Arts. Graduated, went to Trade Tech for a few years, dropped out. Did a few jobs, grocery stores, Sprouts, Albertsons, what else? Security. Now I'm at LAX right now being a cook. Line cook at CPK. You know, that's the basics, just running through it. We're going to, through different episodes, talk about, particular times and go deeper. But for right now, that's just a little run through.
Mm-hmm.
My boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see we in the kitchen, got the kitchen behind us. You already know. But my name is Nicholas Watkins. I grew up off of King and Normandy, for those who know. It's near USC, near the Coliseum. I went to Coliseum Elementary. That was in the jungles. Then I moved over to my grandma's house when I got about 10, and I went to a school called Creative Learning Center. It's on King and Western. It's not there no more. And then once I graduated there, 8th grade through high school, I went through St. Cecilia for middle school, and then I went to Manual Arts for high school. I've been playing basketball, so the people out there that know me, been seeing me around, you already know who I am. Been playing basketball, trying to find that dream and trying to chase that dream. And it wasn't a false hope. I got a lot of experience and education from following that dream. And if I could do it again, I'd do it all over, just with a different mindset. And coming from where I came from, my mom was a single mother. I never knew my father. Mostly grew up, was raised by my grandma because my mom was going through her own issues. And I just learned a lot of lessons from my grandma and my mom, my whole family, my uncle, my auntie, everybody. And I just want to give everybody love, and I just want them to learn who we are and what we got going, because all we trying to do is give y'all everyday regular conversations with two people. Of course, we're going to add guests and things like that, but it's just going to be regular conversations. That's it. It's going to be live, unedited.
Yeah.
Unedited.
Little edited. It's going to be real.
It's going to be real.
It's about talking about the stuff that people don't want to talk about, the uncomfortable stuff, but also finding the solution, not just talking about a problem, not just throwing negativity into each other's face, but really getting down to the root of the problem and seeing if we can solve it, seeing if we can at least be uncomfortable and talk about it, and grow from that.
And we're going to try to educate ourselves. We're going to educate you. Hopefully y'all can educate us. It's going to be going back and forth, and we're going to talk about issues that people do talk about. Everyday stuff, like small stuff like the government shutdown, but we're going to make light of a lot of stuff too. It's not going to be all serious all the time, because we know how life is, and we know how social media is and podcasts. They want people to be more light. They don't want people to be serious, but we're going to take these serious conversations and these serious topics, and we gonna discuss them, and we gonna learn from it, and we gonna educate y'all gonna educate us, and that's all this is about, having conversations every day with me and my boy.
Yes, sir.
And like this first episode we doing today is just letting y'all know who we are and why we here. Like like we said, this podcast right here is for the community. It's for everybody. It's for you and me. It's for all nationalities from every different country. It don't matter where you at. We want you to understand that we, as regular people, understand what you're going through as a regular person. Everybody goes through the same thing, but we act like we're different from each other. But we're so similar. We're so similar. I'm also in community college right now. I'm 36 years old, and I went back to school to get a better education and to learn more. Because a lot of people are afraid to just go for it. We get stuck in this life, you know, every day work, especially if you got kids and if you married, you get stuck in that life, and then you just going back and forth every day, and 20 years pass you by, and you upset at yourself, asking what didn't I do, or what should I have done? And hopefully this conversation can abrupt that right there and be like, no, I'm gonna do something with my life, because everybody's life has meaning. I don't care if you have 10 kids. You have to still keep going. You can't stop, because they're looking at you, and they might get older one day and they might be like, well, my mom got 40 and she was with 10 kids and then she stopped. And that's why we trying to motivate people. My boy Smooth got a lot of experience coming from his family. You feel me? And we just we're gonna share that with everybody, and we want y'all to enjoy this.
Yeah, we're gonna be vulnerable. We're gonna be vulnerable. So we for sure want y'all to hit up the comment section. Like, share, you know what I mean? Let us know what you think, you know, what you didn't like, what you like, you know, talk to us, you know, we open.
Yep, and we not just gonna talk about black stuff, we're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk about issues in the white community, in the Hispanic community, in the Asian community, for real. Because one thing I'm learning when I went back to school is people are just not educated about other communities. Everybody is stuck in their own community. And if we can educate each other about who we are individually, as a culture, as a person, as a nationality, as a race, then hey, maybe we can get to a better place. And we want to talk about everyday issues, women, my boy.
Relationships,
yeah.
Show, everything, siblings, fathers, everything, you know, we want to touch everything that we can.
Even if y'all have some ideas that y'all want to throw at us, and we'll talk about that. Like, you see, I got my notebook in my hand. I'm gonna be jotting down. I'm gonna be writing just to keep a timeline on our discussions and what we talk about. Like, today is gonna be an easy conversation, and today we just want to talk about how people wake up in the morning and what you do the first thing you wake up in the morning. Because I was watching this documentary. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, and it was talking about how people, the first thing they do is get on their phone. That's the first thing when they wake up, their phone is next to them and they look at their phone. That's the first thing they do. And people need to get out of that. We need to understand there's different options that you can do.
Healthier options, for sure. Like meditating, praying, for sure. Taking a walk. That's what I usually do. Take a walk, take a shower. You know, some calisthenics, some stretching, for sure. That should be number one, stretching. You gotta make sure your body is mobile. You know what I mean? We getting older. I'm 37, so I'm making sure I'm doing hip exercises, all kind of shit. I never thought I would be doing yoga, hot yoga. Like, I'm really trying to live a good, healthy life. But the phone is definitely not the answer. You know, it's a time and place for everything, but we for sure have to do better as a community at feeding us what we need. You know, it's time for even AI. Like, at first, I didn't like AI. I was like, fuck AI. I was against AI. But we have to learn to use these things as a tool and not let it use us. That's the biggest thing.
And we gonna come back to that. And I want to dive in a little bit into that AI. Because a lot of people are just, they getting hot over AI. Everybody, AI this, AI that. AI is a tool. Remember that. AI is a tool. But it's also the future. A lot of things you see is going to be AI in the future. Movies, TV, artists. We see what's going on with the artists right now. Jermaine Dupri just said the other day, like, how y'all going to have these AI artists making music? Yeah. That's like Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
They got a Grammy. They got a Grammy
Now you about to give a Grammy to AI.
You gonna give it to AI, and we just want people to understand. Just like waking up in the morning, it's a time for everything.
Yep.
That AI is the time for it.
Eat some fruit.
It's the time for it. Thank you. For real, because the morning is the most important part of your day. It is. It ain't nighttime, it ain't midday, it's the morning. Because if you don't prepare yourself for that whole day, most people are up 16 to 20 hours. Some people only sleeping 4 or 5 hours a day. You up that whole time.
My coworker got 3 jobs. 3. Threat 2 kids and a wife. She don't work.
About that. We're gonna talk about that.
She don't work.
We're gonna talk about
so
that.
Just imagine his mental state. You know, like you got to prepare yourself for the day. You can't do it with toxicity. You can't. You can't. It won't work out.
And I bet you all he doing is worried about getting to the next job and the next job.
And
that's
paper.
all. That's it. And put it in the paper. And as soon as he get the paper is gone. Because if you live in California, right now, the means, you got to at least be making 70, 80,000, they say. If you don't know how to budget, you got to make that much. You can make less. You can make less. You can make 50 and 40 if you really know how to spend your money. But how we spend our money in our today's society, you want to have that extra money because you're going to have that Netflix account. You're going to be door dashing every day. You're going to be going out on the weekend. You want to have that extra money to do whatever you want whenever. It ain't no scheduled time to do it no more, like taking vacations. People want to do it whenever. They want to live like rich people that got it, people with means. Everybody here, even if you broke at the bottom, when you come from a different country, soon as you get off the boat, you like, I want to drive Tesla. I want like, soon as you get off the boat, because that's all you seen when you was coming, when you saw TV, when they was showing you America wherever you was at. They were just showing you a pot, like it was a pot of gold. But it's really not that. It's really not that. And all that mindset even starts from the morning. Because when you wake up, what are you first thinking? Is your first mind to make money, or is it to make yourself a better person? Because now, me being in school, the way I navigate through school, when I wake up, if I'm having a test or anything, that's the first thing I do. I grab whatever, I go to sleep reading it, and I wake up and I grab it again because I want to retain it. Because I had a problem. I started my stats class, I was with an F. And the teacher, I'm going to meet with him in his office hours. Everybody that's in college, y'all know that's important. Them office hours with your teacher. And he like, Watkins, what's wrong with you? He's like, I smoke marijuana. My memory is like, I hope he don't see this, but he's like, my memory is fine. He's like, why you can't remember things? And he was like, what are you doing during the day? And I just told him, like, I'm doing this and doing that. He's like, that's your problem. Because you're doing so much stuff and your mind is trying to think about all that stuff and ain't retaining this. And this is what's most important now. So that's why at night, I started studying at night. And when I wake up, I started studying. And it actually helped me retain the information that I need to. Because I'm telling you, waking up is so important. Waking up. This man taught me about that.
So my routine, I would say sometimes I switch it up. But for sure, the first thing I'm doing is meditating and praying. That's without a doubt. I'm not gonna say every single day of my life. I'm not even gonna front. But most days I'm gonna meditate and I'm gonna pray. Clear my mind, get me ready for the day. And then I'll probably take a walk, get some coffee, some tea, go outside, see the sun, be around nature, touch nature. You know, I try to do things that makes me happy, period. Like even the little things, going to the beach. But most definitely I have to be in nature. Like that helps me out a lot. That sets my day. What else? I would say typically I don't eat till like 12 or 1, so I'll probably just stick with some coffee or tea, maybe a smoothie or a juice, but most likely I'll just stick with some tea or coffee for a little while. Stretching, like I said, is also key to me and me being mobile, because at the moment I don't have a car, so I'm on the bus, I'm on the train, I'm standing for long periods of time, I'm walking for long periods of time, so I have to take care of my body. That's number one.
and we're gonna talk about that too, because I got a reason. I got a reason, and I got a story for you. I promise you why I started drinking tea, but that's for later. I want to tell y'all my routine. It's similar. When I wake up, I do more workout yoga. Like I'm trying to at least keep my 6-pack or my body at a weight. So I'm trying to do my ab workouts every day and whatever. I wake up now, I try to drink my tea. I told you I'm studying with that, and I'm thinking about what I'm doing the rest of the day. Whatever I have to do, I have to prepare for. Say I have 3 classes that day. If it's 7:30 in the morning, I'm already thinking about that class at 9:15. Because I'm trying to go in there prepared. One thing you don't want to do is not be prepared. That's one thing I want to teach you is prepared is so important. And I didn't know that until I got into my maturity. And my grandma used to try to teach me that when I was young. And I'm happy it still trickled into me and it was still in me for me to understand it and catch up and grasp it at this age. Because now, if you prepared, that's half of the job. Once you get there, you already halfway done because you already prepared. And when I go in there and I'm boom, 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 I'm a teacher talking about history, and I'm already like, oh yeah, I read that last night. So we already having a conversation. And now all the other students have to read it right there. Like while she's reading it, right, they have to read it and try to gather all the information right there. We talking, oh yeah, that happened, this happened, because I was reading it last night. It's being prepared is key in life. Prepared for everything. When I have children, and I didn't mention this earlier, but I don't have children. I'm not married, I'm single, but hopefully when I can have children one day, that's the one thing I want to teach them. I know it's a million things I need to, but if I can teach you one thing, I feel like if I can teach you to be prepared, that'll help you in your life, because that'll help you solve a lot of things, and you'll get more information from that. Like, for real.
That's what's up. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's pretty much it on the morning, anything else we want to share, or is that we wrapping it up? Because we don't want to, we can talk but this is just like a little intro.
Yeah, that's all. This was the first intro. We just wanted to see where we was at and see our chemistry and see how we felt on camera, because that's a whole different.
I do want to talk about.
That's a whole different thing.
Why we started this. Like,
yeah,
but we touched on it a little bit.
You touched on it.
Like, okay, for me, I was always afraid to be seen, afraid to be in front of an audience. And my boy had asked me a while ago, and I definitely didn't see myself doing nothing like this at all. Like, I was too shy, I was too afraid, I was too scared. Even before we started, I told him I was nervous, you know what I mean? But I've learned to do things nervously.
And come out that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like, one thing we all are afraid of is coming out that comfort zone. Comfort is that womb that you was born in. Comfort is that home. Comfort is that bed that you sleep in every day. And you got to get out of that. We got to get out of them norms. Start being comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep.
That's the saying. That's the saying. We starting that today.
Yep.
We ain't doing that 2026 revolution stuff. We start stuff today. Today. You got to start it today. So we want to let you know, you got to start being comfortable, being uncomfortable. That's the only way you're going to get out that comfort zone. Like, I had an issue with Uber, and they said they want to deactivate me, and I'm about to take this to the highest court, because it's reasons and it's reasons why you do things. And I would understand if it was a legal reason why they did it, and they did it through them, efficiently. But they're not doing it through them. They're doing it through a third party. So it's hard for me to accept that. If it was through them, I would accept it. But being through a third party, it's hard for me to accept that. And that's another thing, my comfort zone. I have to learn how to accept some things, but not everything like this. I'm not. But a lot of things I have to start accepting, because I grew up a single child. So just imagine, yes, everything, mine. I never had to share. Listen. I don't like saying stuff like this because it makes me feel bougie. But as a black person, I think I need to say it. My grandma was so well off. Well, not wealthy or nothing. Well off. I had 2 rooms, bro. Not one. I had 2 rooms. If I didn't want to sleep in here, I can go in there. If I didn't want to, that's how comfortable my grandma made me feel, especially after coming from that situation with my mom and her being on drugs. My grandma wanted to make it as comfortable as possible so I can continue my life without any worry. And I love her for that. And it's just a lot of things we have to learn about ourselves to come out that comfort zone. You just gotta, like me and talking to women. I don't like being turned down because I feel like if I talk to you, but I feel like for everybody, and I know it don't work like this, I know, but we can change it. But I feel like if we talk, we should talk to each other and see we don't like each other. It shouldn't, I walk up to you and you be like, nah, I'm cool. Like, how you know? How you know? Because just because somebody's not attracted to you, it can be something inside me that make you attracted to me that you don't even know. My loving spirit, how much I care for you or anything like that. You don't know. And that's one thing we're going to talk about in the future with women because that's something that irks me a lot. But that's something I had to come out with my comfort zone too. If I want to find that woman, I have to go out there and I have to, in this society, I have to be able to be denied. I have to live with that. And that's something I'm just trying to get used to. So, yeah.
This is great. This is a good start.
Yeah, this is a good start. So, when you think we're going to try to hit them?
Shit. I want to say next week. What is it? November. It's November 4. It's November 8th. So, I want to say like a week. We're going to edit. The edit ain't going to be too much, you know. We don't even know we're gonna keep the same format, the same location. It might change here and there. So I would say like a week's tops. We'll put it out there.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So y'all can look out for us. We gotta create a YouTube channel.
For sure.
A lot of channels.
For sure.
Like it's a lot of channels.
Everywhere.
See, this is the problem, but it's a good problem to have. Because when you do stuff like this, it's a lot of work behind it. This is not the work. This is the easy stuff.
That's the fun part.
This is the easy stuff. The work comes behind this. The other conversations, putting this on the platform, putting the word out. Like that, and that's another reason why we need y'all. We need people to put the word out. And start your own. You don't have to rely on us. Start your own. Because yours ain't gonna be like ours. It can be different than ours. So, and that might be helping you get out your comfort zone. Like, it's a lot of things we want to do together, like as a community. I'm big on community. My mom, my grandma, they not with us no more. Like I said, I'm single. I don't have family. I don't have siblings. Woo, yeah, I was the only child, like I said earlier. So just imagine, like I'm not lonely because I got my boys, but we want a bigger community. We want a huge community, like millions of people. So we got to get on that.
Tap in.
Yeah, like we want to bring everybody together. We don't care nationality, your flavor. We don't care. Yeah. Like we sending love from everybody. We sending love to you from us.
Open heart, non-judgmental over here. You know, just be open. That's it. That's all we ask. Be open.
Yep.
Be honest.
That's it, man.
That's it.
So this is the first episode. This your boy Nick Love. You already know.
Smooth. Nice to meet you.
Conversations with Nick and Smooth.
Let's go.
We gonna be on it
Next time.
We see you.
Peace.